rolling. High Point Andrews, Red Raiders in the house. When they came in, I said, the Red Raiders are wearing blue now. Lamar, Raynard with us, and good to have you on board.
Thanks for having me.
Have you gotten taller since last year?
I can say about 1 inch.
1 inch? You looked
4 to 6'5".
Saw you on TV a while back. It wasn't on one of the big ESPN programs. It wasn't on any talk shows, whatever. But it was you won the Guilford County Player of the Week award.
Yes, sir.
Saw that on, I think, maybe WFNY News too.
Yes, sir.
Here you stand on TV beside all the guys, all the dignitaries, and Lamar's like, shh, man, he shoots up to everybody on television. I said, this kid's doing well for himself.
Yes, sir.
What all has happened good for you since last year? Talk about this season, how it's gone for you. The quarterback of the High Point Andrews Red Raiders, Lamar Raynard with us. He leads the team. They've got a big playoff game tomorrow night. But what has gone good for the Raiders this season?
I can say our consistency has been great since our first game. You know, we lost our first game again, but that's okay. It's not always bad to lose, and we learn from that, and we're just pushing ahead, and we're looking to win a state championship this year.
If you had a chance, maybe had your druthers, they sometimes use that phrase, to go back and play Central. I mean, we ask you guys that every year.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably like to play them again for the rest of your life.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm going to miss it, but, you know, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. You know, I wish we would have won.
That might be a good deal, too, to play Central first game of the year, kind of get that game out of the way, get it behind you so you guys aren't focused so much on that. You can take care of the rest of the business.
Yes, sir. That's great. You know, we get that game out of the way. It's a big hype game for our community or whatever. And just get the games out of the way so we can both continue on our season. I wish the best for them.
You put up some good numbers this year.
Oh, yes, sir. Pretty good.
You and Markel Cartwright have put up good numbers, but some games you guys have not had to put up huge numbers because you guys have been blowing people out.
It's like about 8 out of our 11 games we came out in the first half because of blowing teams out. So, yeah, we haven't been doing well.
What about tomorrow night? You've got this North Brunswick team coming in, and they're number 8 seed, I think it is, versus number 1 High Point Andrews. What are you seeing from this North Brunswick team? What do they got?
Oh, they're very fast on defense. They have a D lineman actually going to Clemson, and I heard he's pretty good. I watched him on film. He's pretty good. They have a good linebacker, and they have a pretty good people in the secondary. So it's going to be a tough game. We just focusing, doing what we have to do, and I believe our team. I believe in my team, so we're going to come out with it.
It's a good thing, too. Maybe it's good they got that guy going to Clemson because that will cause you guys to kind of wake up, be very aware about this guy coming in. Otherwise, you see, I think, their record, I guess, not quite as good as yours. Not too many teams are as good as you guys.
Yes, sir.
I think you guys have been ranked maybe top 5 in the state all year long.
Yes, sir.
You got to forget the rankings, though, right?
Oh, yes, sir. We don't focus on that. We just focus on the team that we're about to play.
Tell you one thing caught my attention today. Looking at those brackets today, the 2AA brackets, looking those over, I saw in the 2AA West where the team out of Parkwood, number 16 seed, knocked off number 1 Franklin last Friday night to advance. So that's what caught my attention. You got to be careful no matter who you play in these playoffs. You get a number 16, knock off a number 1.
Wow. I didn't know about that, but, you know, that's goes to show anybody can beat anybody on any given night. So, I mean.
Yeah, that's what caught my attention. How's your dad helping you be prepared for these games? I know he's the kind of guy, saw him the other day, met him here, I think, last year. What has he done to help keep you rolling for this year? Keeping you humble, I'm sure, but keeping you working hard, too.
Yeah, my dad is a great man. I can say so much about him. He just pushes me and tells me that I can play with anybody, and I feel like I can't play with anybody, so I love him for that.
Last year we talked to you guys. You guys had just picked up a win. I think you blew out your first round opponent. You won pretty handily last week, too. What did you guys do good and do right against Southwest Edgecombe?
Well, in the first half, you know, all this when the starters played, we came out strong and scored on our first possession, and we just controlled the game from there. Our defense played very well that game, too, held them to 15 points, and they are like a mainly running team. They really didn't throw a lot, so our defense did good and our offense did well.
Are you and Markel playing any defense or just all offense?
Oh, Markel plays linebacker. I just play offense.
Strictly offense throughout the game. You look like, as a quarterback, you're very tall. You look like you'd also maybe run one of these packages when they put you at wide receiver, maybe as a receiver as well.
Yeah,
you guys ever sneak that in?
I told Coach about that one day when he said, nah, he just goes to see me at quarterback.
What do you need to do better tomorrow night in round 2 than you did last week?
I can say our passing game, I need to throw the ball better. We need to play more as a team. We kind of slacked off a little bit after the first possession a little bit, but we got back on it, so we just have to come hard because North Brunswick is a pretty good team.
Say Andrews plays the perfect game. What do you think you got to do because eventually you're going to have to probably play close to or near the perfect game. What do you got to do to play that perfect game, you think?
Just stay focused, and we'll be just fine.
Did you like the fact you guys had the Friday game last week and Central had the Thursday game?
I did. I like that because we had more time to prepare, so I did like that.
Did most of the team go over and check out Central last Thursday night?
The whole offense did. We were going to check them out, even though, you know, we enemies, we still like each other. We want them to win too for 4A. So
there's probably a lot of unity between those two teams.
We talk to them on an everyday basis. So,
but they're having a good year. Jamel Max, I mean, he's put up some numbers that just make you want to jump out the window. It's hard to believe.
Yes,
and he's just a junior too.
He's a junior this year. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And the Juwan Foggy kid's having a great year as a receiver.
And at Quandarius Pratt, he's the truth. I've seen him play not with us, but without. He's the truth.
He's a great defensive back, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Big too.
When you think about Andrews, here's a good question for you. Play this out night. I got a couple of them here. I'm not even looking at the paper. I was thinking about these questions. We asked you this maybe last year. Who's the best player to ever come out of Andrews? Best high school football player ever?
I don't know his name, but he played running back like Kenny Shaw or I forgot his name. They had an award for him at the Greensboro Coliseum last week.
Okay.
Well, not last week, but last month. They say he was the real deal.
Some names I wrote down. I wrote down that name, Ted Brown.
Ted Brown, that's his
number
name.
23.
They say he was the best.
Yeah, Ted Brown, that's the name I put down. But other names like Johnny Evans, he was a very good one, the quarterback who went to NC State, did well. Then you got Adrian Wilson, defensive back, who went to the professional ranks. You got Marcus Gilchrist, who went to Clemson now. He's with the San Diego Chargers as a starter. And then who was the other we wrote down in that list of players there? There's a couple more on there we wrote down over the course of time. Adrian Wilson, Marcus Gilchrist, Johnny Evans. Here's one. He's playing in college now. This is Tony Washington. I bet people still talk about Tony.
Tony, I mean, the main thing I like about Tony is he's just very smart. He takes his schoolwork very seriously. And Tony's a great athlete on the field. Actually, his dad and my dad are the same fraternity.
Is that right?
So me and Tony talk all the time. And Tony's just a great guy.
He's a good friend to have, I bet.
Yes,
because like you say, that guy makes connections.
Yes, sir.
Because he was named to like one of the national watch lists for strongest academic and athlete in the entire nation.
Yes, sir.
And your dad and Tony's dad were fraternity. What college? What university?
My dad went to Winston State. I don't know what college his dad went to. I know they're in QSOC 5.
So your dad's pretty tight with Winston State.
Oh, yes, sir. He loves the Rams.
I'm trying to think now. We got Rudy Johnson, quarterback in there now, because he had a little skirmish last week. Do you talk to Winston State at all about maybe going there one day?
Well, I went to their homecoming. I went and visited in the locker rooms and stuff, and I talked to the head coach. He's a great guy.
Well, he's a great quarterback guy too.
I didn't get to talk to Rudy because he was focused on the game.
Sure.
Rudy's he's good.
You would be a product, I think, for Winston State. But they look at that height. I mean, he can do so much of that these days.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, height for the quarterback, that's very important.
Is that on your list of possible colleges?
Yes, sir.
Do you know Will Johnson? We know Rudy. You remember Will?
Yeah, I know Will Johnson.
Yeah, Will's a good kid.
Yes, sir. I talked to his
doing a lot of kicking over there.
Yes, sir.
Pretty active for them.
Yes, sir.
How about this team you're playing tomorrow night? This North Brunswick team. Do you know the team nickname?
Oh no, sir.
I'm gonna ask some more guys about that because I looked that up today. Team nickname for the North Brunswick team. We got to find that out before we leave. How about Amani Watkins? Now, Amani signed for college basketball back on Tuesday. You heard about the signing?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what college she's going to?
New Binghamton. No.
You're close. It's in
Binghamton.
Binghamton, yeah.
Yeah, Binghamton.
So the first guy got it. Got to give him credit.
Yes.
Now, your dad was at the signing, so I know he's tight with those folks too.
Yes,
but that's a good thing. Binghamton University up in New York. So we got that knocked out first man tonight. Here's some good ones for you. Alabama versus Florida State. Who do you think wins that game?
I like Jameis Winston, but Alabama, I think, just on a whole nother level. So I think it's Alabama.
It's an unreal offense and unreal defense together on that Alabama
Yes,
team. What about North Carolina versus Duke? We're talking football. They got a big game a week from this Saturday.
I think Duke.
Duke this year anyway, right?
Yeah.
Duke's playing well.
Yes.
How about LeBron James versus Michael Jordan in a game like that? That's a heck of a who wins that game.
Whew. Even though I love LeBron James, it has to be Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan takes that one. How about the Carolina Panthers versus the New Orleans Saints? That matchup's coming up soon.
The Panthers are on the road, so I'm about to pick the Panthers.
Stick with the Panthers. Got a favorite Panther player?
Cam Newton.
All the way?
Yes, sir.
If you put a little more weight on, how tall are you? 6'3"?
6'5".
You're 6'5" also?
Yes, sir.
Man, you're getting taller every day. Gosh, so you got the perfect height already. You got the Cam Newton height.
Yes, sir.
And keep adding the weight. You get up to, how much do you weigh now? 180?
185.
185, so that's only 15. You ever look at it like that and say, I need to add more weight?
Yeah. Oh, yes, sir.
He said, well, all I got to do is add 15 more pounds. I'm already to 200, then you're on your way.
Yes, sir.
You can make it. And you've got the frame already. I mean, you've got the frame. Who was your top youth coach going back to, say, recreation football and middle school football? Who was your top youth coach back to help get Lamar going?
Actually, my coach, Lamar Boykin. That's his name, yes, sir. He's a very good coach. He goes to my barbershop, so every time I see him in the barbershop, we talk, and he asks me how I'm doing this stuff. Coach Lamar Boykin was a really good coach in my
He brought you along?
Yes, sir.
Did your dad coach some too back then? He helped?
Well, he tried to coach basketball. He always tell me he's still undefeated as a coach, but
he's still got some work to do, huh?
Yes, sir.
Do you play basketball?
I run track.
You do track. What
yes,
event?
4x2 to 4x4 in the high jump.
Mainly a relay man.
Yes, sir.
But no basketball?
No, sir.
They ever talked to you about
I did, but I stopped playing because I wanted to focus on my speed because I knew football was going to be my main
Football is going to be the deal down the road then. Gotcha. Coach McCoy, what do you think he's done to kind of keep this program advancing? Now, Andrew's been a good football team over the years, but Coach McCoy's got you guys at a certain level and advanced a little bit more of you. What's he done to keep this program growing?
Coach McCoy, he just stays on us and he tells us that if we work together, we're going to come out. We're going to be successful. And Coach McCoy is just a great guy, and he's helped all of us. And he's just a great leader. He's like the main. He's like the king, and we're just following him.
Who's your position coach?
Coach Kelly Clark.
Kelly Clark?
Yes, sir.
What's the background on Coach Clark? He's bringing a lot to the table, I guess.
He's a graduate from Winston-Salem State. He played quarterback at Winston-Salem State. He's a great guy. He taught me basically everything I know since my junior year and up. He's just a great guy.
What do you have to do to be the leader on this team? Because you're a senior now. This is your team. Your team, Markel Cartwright's team. You're the seniors' team. What do you got to do to be a leader?
I just have to. I'm more vocal than I was last year. You know, I tell my team that we can't take anybody for granted. Like you said, the number 16 team be the number 1 seed, so there's no playing around in practice, and we just play hard. We practice hard. We stay focused.
What are you going to do to win that game tomorrow night?
We're going to have to come out and from beginning to the end, we got to come out and play hard. It's just, like you said, it has to be almost a perfect game.
And that'd be good to have a near perfect game, too, to start it now and just carry it on the next couple, because you're getting close.
Yes, sir.
How far did you guys get last year? 3 rounds or 4 rounds?
We lost in the 3rd round.
Third round last year. That was a close game, too, wasn't it?
Yeah, we lost. We lost by 21 points in the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
We lost 36-35.
Was that in Salisbury?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I don't think they've got anything this year down there either.
They were like 2-10. I looked them up. They were like 2-10 this year.
I looked them up early. Hadn't won a game. I knew they'd gone way down. That's amazing. How that team. They must have had a lot of talent on last year's team.
Oh yeah, they had a whole lot of seniors last year.
Will your team still be in pretty good shape after you leave and after the seniors leave this year?
Oh yes, sir. We have 25 to 28 seniors. We have a lot of people coming back. I think they're just gonna keep carrying it on. I think they're gonna do really good next year.
Kind of give us some insight, some inside scoop. Who's going to be the quarterback of the future for the High Point Andrews Red Raiders? Who are you bringing along?
My little protege, Bailey Willis. He's a sophomore right now. Bailey's developing really well. He's going to be the man next year. I want y'all to watch out for him.
Give us his name again.
Bailey Willis.
Bailey Willis.
Yes.
Willis. He's not in relation to the Willis who played over at Southwest, is he? Remember the Willis who was a quarterback receiver over that went to Wake Forest?
Oh no, sir. I don't think so. I don't think so.
This kid, Bailey Willis, is a man in the future.
Yes, sir.
Lamar, good job this season.
All right, thank you.
And again, got to North Carolina. Is that the other college besides Winston-Salem State you may go to one day?
Well, I have a lot of colleges. Delaware State offered me 2 days ago.
That's good. Delaware State, that's, what's their nickname, the Hornets?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because the other Delaware is like the Mud Hens. It's crazy. This Delaware State Hornets, they've offered you, okay?
Yes, sir. And Carolina, it's a whole lot of schools.
So Coach Fedora might be involved in the mix?
Yes.
They need to be, because, I mean, at 6'5" and lean, get you there, red shirt you, get you ready. It could be some good stuff.
Oh, yes, sir. I hope so.
James Summers, remember James?
Oh, yes, sir.
He's still in the woodwork down in Mississippi somewhere, so who knows? James may be back up here eventually, but
did he go Division II or?
James started out at Hargrave Military Academy as a prep student. Get his grades together. Then went down to Hines Community College in Mississippi this year, doing a junior college, community college 1 year. Then next year
he's going to come out.
He's coming out somewhere. We don't know where.
James was I remember they played against Ragsdale. We didn't watch the game. He's the real deal. James is pretty good.
He was bound for state in the beginning. Then he was going to go to North Carolina. Then he had to go get those grades together. Then who knows where he could be SEC next? You never know.
He's pretty good.
So North Carolina to watch out for. Delaware State, Winston-Salem State. Anybody else on your list?
Fayetteville State.
Fayetteville State Broncos.
East Carolina, UNC Charlotte.
Got an interesting mix there.
Yes,
but you haven't narrowed it down to any smaller than
not
that
yet. I'll probably sign February 1st.
On the signing day.
Yes.
Gotcha. Hope to see you then.
All right, thank you.
Good job on your part as always.
Thank you.
Lamar Raynard, the quarterback for the High Point Andrews Red Raiders, in the house tonight.